name's Sean Barth. Welcome back to Manhattan Beach, California. You guys have picked the nicest days to come out. Absolutely gorgeous here. I don't know where you are, but I'll tell you what, where I am, so nice. Shoulders, right up here. What makes this a little bit different than some of the other body parts is, well, how the shoulder works. It's a ball and socket joint. It's this round thing that comes up in there and moves on a different plane. Now, if you think about these other things that hinge, a lot of other joints just hinge in one way and then stops there. Shoulders move in so many different planes and so many different ways that we can do it. There's all this stuff going on that incorporates our shoulders. Now, when you saw me do that, you're like, but Sean, your arms moved and your chest moved. That's such a good point. I'm glad you asked that question. Primary and secondary muscles. No matter what I'm doing, even when we did this, you're saying, well, gee, it's just your bicep. Well, my whole body's standing up, so there's a lot of stuff working. So when we use our shoulders, or when we work our shoulders for our exercise, we have a lot of other things going on as well. Very complex muscle because of that ball and socket thing going on. So why don't we start with an exercise that is commonly referred to as the shoulder press. We didn't name this segment keeping it simple for no reason. Shoulder press is simple, that's how we're going to start. And how do I start everything? Athletically rolling my shoulders back, sticking my chest up, head's in neutral position, soften my knees, hands right about the shoulders, right around my heads, and all I'm going to do is press. I'm pressing up. This sometimes is called a military press. You'll hear that name. In fact, no matter your region, there's probably different names for different things. This is the common shoulder exercise out there, once again known as simply the shoulder press. Now you're saying, gosh, Sean, you don't have any weights. Is that still working? Well, if you got up from your computer and you're working with me right now, then you know that it is, okay, right here. Just simply lifting in there. Same move. Athletic positioning, I'm pressing. That's all I'm doing. So, how you can change it and how you can make it very, very simple is the number of reps or the amount of resistance, which in this case is my water bottle, or sometimes commonly referred to as weights. I told you the shoulders are a ball and socket joint. Let's work the shoulder muscles again on a different plane. Now, what I'm going to do is put my arms at a nice 90 degrees. See it there? See it here? Palms facing in. You can see that with the way the water bottles are. And all I'm going to do is roll my shoulders up here. Now, this is a big sticker point for me. When I come up here with this arm, I'm going to demonstrate real fast. I could set a plate right there. See this spot right here? It's nice and flat. Okay? So if I set something there, it's not going to fall off. If I come up here, it would fall forward, and if I dropped it down here, it would fall down. So where should my arms go? In here tucked, rolled to that flat point, and rolled down. Primary and secondaries, yes, I'm using my arms, but right now, definitely working on those shoulders. Simple, simple, simple little move. Very basic, keeping it right in there. You've probably seen those guys using all that weight, and they start going like this when they're throwing it. Now, if you notice what's going on right now, watch this from the side even. Whoa! All kinds of back. If you need anything besides your shoulders to lift that, you have too much weight. Put it down. Keep it simple. Don't hurt yourself. I love you, each and every one of you. I want you to be okay. So, right here, and if at any time you have to start using anything else, you've done too many, or you have too much weight, back it on up, okay? It's going to be just that simple. The last and final one, well, actually, I think we have time for two more. Do I have time for two more? Okay, let's do it. Front row, kind of a rut row. All I'm going to do is take my, I don't even need those to begin with. I'm just going to lift up in the front. Hands are in front of me. I'm just going to lift up, stopping right about my chest. I don't need to go any further than that. I'll show you a really good reason why. As soon as I come up further than my chest, take a look at my wrists. Anything in my hands is now being held by this little spot here. That's too much for all that weight. So, or little weight, doesn't matter. Let's keep it down here. Keep a nice line. Lift up. Got it in my shoulders. Across my traps. Looks good in a sweater, maybe a turtleneck during ski season. How do you like me now? Got my traps built up because I got my front rows going on. Yeah. Liking that? Simple little move. Last, and certainly not least, a front. That's a funny thing about exercises too. Depending on the region, how they're going to name these things, all I'm going to do is I'm going to lift my arm straight out in front of me, working the front side of my shoulders. Standing here, palms Got myself fisted, but not too tight, certainly not white knuckling it, and just lifting up in the front. Posterior delts, medial and anterior delts, the front, the back, and the sides, hitting the different ranges of the shoulder, simply lifting up, add a little something to it. Back to my props, my water department, either one arm or two. Let's go over again. Shoulder press, shoulder raise, a front row, and a front lift. There's so many more because of the way the shoulder can move, so many things you can do. Keep it simple, keep it basic. You don't need weights, only add those water bottles once you're ready. Know what your body needs. If your body's yelling at you, listen, take time, you've got plenty of it. We're gonna continue this. This is a lifestyle. This is what we're gonna do for a long time. All right, my name's Barth. Thanks so much for coming back out here with me.